everyone. This is Jared Rand. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Saturday, April 20th, 2024, well after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. There are so many amazing ways we can discover the divinity within us and all around us. One of the most effective methods is the one that directs you the most. So when you read through, listen to the 3-9 paths, and notice which one you think would make you feel energetically lighter, freer, and just a bit more orgasmic than normal. And it's time to loosen up and access that spiritual connection to our highest energy. Perhaps there's already something you're currently doing in your life that ignites this feeling of connection to your spiritual nature. So do that too. Why not just do them all and let your body and heart decide what path fits best for you? Now you could choose all of them or one of them. There's 9 most effective ways to tap into your infinite spiritual nature. If there's one thing that everyone in this world today is being consumed by, it's the internet, our cell phones, computers, our social need to connect as well as acquire the latest information, knowledge out there. It's causing us to miss out on our spiritual connection inside. Take entire weekend breaks from screens and social media, if you can. Disconnect, and you'll discover the real connection. The ability to spend time being with yourself. Commit to be screen-free for at least one weekend a month. And you're on the path to developing a much deeper level of connection with your soul. It's kind of like a divine digital detox. A lot of people, it's interesting that we spend some sacred time alone in nature. Recognize your inherent connection to all of nature and to all the living beings in this world. Make time to be outdoors, far away from the psychic noise of society. Reconnect with nature. Feed your soul by walking through the trees, listening to the wind rustling in their branches. This is perhaps the easiest way to quiet the mind and heal the body. The higher spiritual perspective on this life comes in when you open your heart, soften your rough edges, and allow your body to feel the slower rhythms of the natural world. If you just cannot find a way to leave your house or the city, imagine roots extending from the base of your tailbone into the earth beneath you. Imagine the earth is feeding you life energy. It feels like the flow of warm water coursing up your spine and into your heart. Imagine how the warmth of the morning sun feels on your skin. Breathe in the fresh natural air around you. Allow yourself to feel at one with the natural world as far as the eye can see. This earthly rooted connection in your body is the base foundation needed to receive, ground the higher spiritual experiences. Welcome your darkness. Feel into those personal conflicts and emotional challenges inside your body now. Allow them time and space to be there, because they are there now. Welcome what you don't care to see and feel in your darkness. Stop avoiding and resisting it. Have the courage to not be afraid of it anymore, because it has forever been a part of you. Avoiding your darkness doesn't change it. I think we've all learned that. When we meet it directly, as it is, we see that it's only here to empower us. It's God's divine, mysterious power injection that's here to springboard us to find a higher, lighter, freer state of consciousness. Use the darkness within you to push your focus toward the light. Most of us shallow breathe. We breathe, but we don't pay attention to our breath. I would say mostly, maybe 95% of us or more. And we must choose to go the opposite direction of that. Deep belly bliss breathing. You can take 20 to 30 plus deep belly breaths, shooting for 100% full lung capacity. Do this 3 times first thing in the morning. And when you feel like you need that cup of coffee to get you going, any time throughout the day that you need a boost, you can instantly oxygenate your brain and blood as it helps with clarity, focus, and healing. The effects after breathing deeply for 10 to 20 minutes make it 10 times easier to focus on our spiritual nature. So instead of the cup of coffee, the breath, the deep breathing. And be careful not to hyperventilate. A lot of people will do it too fast, get lightheaded. Just slow and easy. The trick is, after doing the breath work, you don't need to breathe for 1 to 3 minutes. Your body will do the same. You can just be still, unmoving, and centered in a relaxed out-breath. Find the still point at the bottom of the ocean. Die to the stillness. Here you can relax into the timeless, infinite, spacious, bodiless, bliss-filled spiritual being you already are. That blissful feeling is caused by your deepest surrendering into that silent space within, found in the stillness of our innermost being. The belly breath work path has been some people's path to feeling their infinite spiritual nature. You can use your breath to first activate and clarify the mind. And after the breath work, you use the stillness and silence to quiet the mind and access a deeper center within yourself and your awareness. Also, it's good to use any sounds to release tension or stored emotion. Consciously breathing will pull your mind into the present moment, into the now. You can also try meditation technique when you are ready to dive into your spiritual practice even deeper. So when you're breathing in, say the word I. And as you're breathing out, say the word am. Allow your I am consciousness to fully enter this breathing experience of life. Your body feels soft and fully open. Mind is penetrating life with laser-sharp awareness. Feel the flow of life at your essence. Your inhalation, exhalation are playing you like a flute. While you drop into the meeting place between your ego, mind's identity, and who and what your soul is, infinite presence. Establish your boundaries with whatever is non-spiritual. Because we are human beings programmed with limitations in our energetic belief structure. It's good to know what we believe is spiritual and not spiritual. Claim your spiritual boundary within the 3D world. Think of your boundaries as an act of self-love, allowing you to have more space and time to feel deeper into your spiritual path and divine nature. When you take a good look at your life, notice where you're feeling stuck, depressed, drained, or uninspired. This is the body telling you, hey, wake up. There is some type of boundary that is lacking and needed. In other words, it's a fine line for all of us. You can step into the muck, where it draws you down, that heavy feeling. Or you can say to yourself, I've done that many times before, I don't care to do that now. Not interested in it. And move into a feeling of gratitude. For example, let's say for the next week of your life, you just say no to whatever actions, people, or situations that do not inspire you or uplift your heart. After the week is over, how do you think you're going to feel? If you don't feel more inspired, alive, confident, joyful, or more comfortable in your body, then consider creating new boundaries. What do you need to say no to so that you can say yes to your higher happiness and life energy? Always listen to your body. Practice honoring the boundaries you need, which make you feel more joyful, alive, safe, and secure. This inner security is important to explore the deepest levels of our life's spiritual development. Our ego cannot always set a healthy boundary to those energies that don't align or support our highest happiness. When you ever feel totally exhausted by the end of the day, you are not honoring your boundaries. Maybe you need better boundaries with your time and energy. Create a better balance between doing activities and resting. Maybe you need more sleep than you know. This will help turn off that excessive worrying mind. Choose to stop interacting and responding to those certain people who trigger you, annoy you, try to upset you, create drama in your life, or desperately pull at your energy and attention. It's essential that you feel happy, energized, and balanced by the end of the day and not drained. This peaceful, balanced, healthy boundary lifestyle is the type of fuel you'll need to focus and tap into the frequency of your highest spiritual nature. Now, a lot of people have of course it's the mind ego blocking, but the surrendering that I talk about a lot. There's a surrendering meditation. And I recommend doing this surrender meditation far away from the city, way out in nature where nobody will ever find you. So no one can track you down, no one can find you or anything. That's it. The next time you're far, far, far away from all people, places, and noises, and all the cell phone towers, you'll find the deepest, most healing nature, induced surrender your body can discover. When you just cannot leave your neighborhood, your backyard or local park will suffice. Just find the most isolated, quiet space close to your home and sit on the actual earth. Begin by grounding yourself, feeling the support of the earth beneath you. Find a quiet space to relax and sit comfortably. Close your eyes. Focus on surrendering to your breath. You're allowing your body to breathe you. Do not surrender to it, as this is too much effort. Surrender is simply letting go of this moment and relaxing deeper into this moment of life, more than you ever have before. And next, let your ears surrender to taking in all the sounds around you. Now, listen to the things that are physically around you. The rustle of leaves, the flow of water, chirping of birds. Let the healing sounds of nature penetrate your being. Surrender to the experience of listening. Do this for as long as you can, till you discover or dissolve into the listener. Lastly, one by one, focus on each of your senses: sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. Take 30 to 60 seconds minimum for each sense. Surrender to the bodily sensation. Allow yourself to fully experience whatever arises in that sensation without judgment or attachment. This means letting go of the need to label or analyze thoughts. Relax into feeling these bodily sensations. Surrendering to our senses cultivates a deeper awareness of the present moment. Allow your thoughts to surrender to stillness. Accept whatever shows itself in the here and now. The surrender practice fosters a sense of connection to this universe beyond the limitations of the physical 3D form. Once a month, listen to music. Listen to music, the meditation ritual. Do it. You can do it with one of your best friends, or wife, or your husband. Choose a musician or sound artist that you love and sit down and listen to at least an hour of the music together in silence. This means there's no talking or commentary till the power of the hour of listening is done. As you open your body to the music, feel the vibrations of sound reverberating through your ears, brain, and the space around your body. Allow these vibrations to penetrate every cell of your being, awakening dormant energies and igniting a sense of aliveness. In this space, you can easily find a spiritual connection. Continue the practice for as long as you feel comfortable, allowing the sound to guide you into a state of deep meditation and inner peace. Now, if you want to use musical instruments, choose to create a soundscape that resonates with your highest spiritual nature. What would that sound like? Would you use a guitar, drum, bells, singing bowls, sitar, are basically whatever you think creates a spiritual sound. Calming sound rituals can be a part of your morning routine, or evening wind down can create a sense of stability while accessing your spiritual nature. I use crystal bowls. You have like a rubber-ended mallet, like a round ball on it, half of the bowl. And the resonating sound actually vibrates through your whole body. And the sound is so melodious that it eases you. I do this first thing in the morning. So it's like, it just matters what you feel, right? Calming sound rituals can be a part of your morning routine or evening wind down, can create a sense of stability while accessing your spiritual nature. When playing your instrument, sit comfortably and close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths to center yourself while holding your instrument, making a connection with it. Then as you play it, surrender to the music. Let the sound take you places inside yourself. The body will do the work for you. It will continue striking the drum as you relax and surrender to the feeling of merging with the music. Something that you may use or want to use is a drum. I'm not talking about the kind of drums that groups play, but it's a spiritual, it's an American Indian usually. And the drum is amazing when you sit in a comfortable position, and it could be outdoors, no one around, nature, and you drum the drum, you beat the drum. The drum has it's a stick, drumstick. It's got rawhide, I guess, leather, and then it's got a wrapped leather ball at the end, and you drum. It's amazing what this sound, its music does for the body, your mind, and your connection with the divine. It's absolutely phenomenal. It just depends on what you feel good with, and you don't have to be a super musician. Experiment with listening to different types of sounds all week without any commentary or labels. Practice allowing yourself to explore all the genres of music. How you listen to your outer world is how you listen to your inner world. The spiritual universe within you, within us all, is found by listening to the depths of your innermost being. Here, we will find the most authentic and transformative source of our consciousness available. It is here in the listener that you define who and what you are, and have direct access to that spiritual experience of being human. Now, the moment you wake up in the morning, and of course a lot of people don't do this, but it's highly recommended, you realize your true identity. You see yourself as a soul currently residing in this physical body. And this soul cannot die. You realize that you are not just this body, mind, and ego. You say to yourself that I am infinite, eternal, pure consciousness that will continue to exist after this body is no more. When you're 100% devoted to realizing who you really are is spiritual, your infinite nature will reveal itself to you. You cannot fake the feeling of knowing that you will never die. It becomes a knowing because you believe the raw, real truth of it. Choose to stop living your life in any kind of fear. The truth of who you are is simply realizing your spiritual nature. that which is beyond light, thought, consciousness. It is forever permanent and never changes. See the infinite self that you are now. Not delay another day. Open your heart to this truth. Lose sight of the worried, fearful, negative mind. The spiritual being can only think positive thoughts because it dances with uncertainty, loves the unknown, and sees every experience as an opportunity to share more joy, love, growth. Be grateful for this. Spiritual, human being you already are. Feel how this truth sets you free. The mere realization of this makes it instantly easier to love, embrace, enjoy every twist, turn of this life's journey. Now, one of the ninth application is super important. Slow your life way down. Way down. If you want to feel the infinite boundlessness of your divine spiritual nature, slow your life down. You can meet God anywhere, yet it's far easier to receive the divine when you're not going 100 miles per hour down the highway of life. Now, when you're always running around, being super busy, going here and there, doing this and that, meeting him and her, you'll never have time for the spiritual nature in yourself. Why do you think so many people are clueless? I don't know if you've ever seen this, but we call that the rat race, right? But if you see a colony of rats, you'll know what I mean. You can get a video of them, you just watch them, and you'll start going, this reminds me of humanity. Scurrying, sniffing, running, hurrying. When we are racing towards some projected better future coming up ahead, what does that say about connecting with and meeting the spiritual God source that's only here now? The spiritual essence is in the now. Only in the now. It isn't anywhere else. And it reveals itself naturally. When you have slowed down enough to relax into complete stillness, silence, you cannot go deeper into this divine moment of life than that. Oftentimes the ego mind it kind of like it pokes you, you get that feeling, and you got to get going. You got to do this, you got to do that. You'll be late for this, and I got to do this, and I got to do this today. It starts immediately, all the time. Cultivate the practice of 100% stillness in your body. That's why in these meditations, in the quiet time, we focus on what? We become as still as a statue. Obviously, you're in a comfortable position, and you're focused on the breath rising and falling, and you're in the now. And all you do is listen. That's all. You just be. And the breath will keep flowing through you. Yet you just relax. Be like a golden statue. Be totally still, centered. And let the stillness wash through your mind, creating a pure inner silence of mind. Being in 100% stillness for just a few minutes a day opens the door to creating 100% life mastery. So you could say that if you can quiet your mind 80% of the time, then you've got 80% of your life mastered. It takes time and patience to master the mind. Realize we are not the mind. We might need the rest of our lives to master our minds, yet the slower we can move, think, breathe, and approach this life, more timeless, infinite, spacious awareness found within our physical being. Most people do not realize how fast their mind is racing. Too fast to have a real reverence for the divine. Slowing down helps us to see our thoughts and not get so wrapped up in them. Be aware of your thoughts. Don't get lost in them. Guess how many thoughts do you think in 24 hours? All of us do this. Said it many times. At least 60,000. And most of them are the exact same thoughts you thunk yesterday. Slowing down means that we slow down the mind. Focus on the space between our thoughts. Meditate on the gap between thoughts. What's in between this thought now and the one that's arising next? That's the silent space. Drop into this space again and again, all day and night long. Notice what it is like to feel your presence. Be unfocused on anything and fully be here now. You can also talk twice as slowly as you normally speak with others, pronouncing every syllable of each word slowly and clearly, feeling your emotions and the favor or flavor of your most authentic expression. When you speak twice as slow, you might feel stupid, but do it as a practice in bringing more of your awareness into the emotional energy coming through and how it resonates through the quality of your voice. Walking, eating, driving at a slower pace as well. Certainly, you will discover more room in your consciousness to access the spiritual, infinite nature of your innermost being. Spend extended periods in natural environments, syncing your activities with the timeless rhythms of the natural world. For example, observe the gradual movement of the sun moving across the sky throughout the day. Watch the moon rising. Feel the slow changing movement of the moon and stars at night. By aligning yourself with the unhurried pace of nature, you can cultivate a deep sense of tranquility and connection to this world around you. Take the most epic spiritual journey of your life by finding a remote cabin or secluded location in nature where time seems to flow at a different pace. This could involve visiting regions with old trees, mountains, or ancient rock formations. Traveling to cultures that embrace a more leisurely approach to life by stepping outside your familiar framework of daily life. You can gain a fresh insight into the nature of time and its subjective experience. Devote this week to implementing at least one of these paths that I've shared with you, or just make one up on your own. To make some time to directly experience your innermost spiritual nature. Let go of the ego's excuses and be curious and naked in your exploration. Go for it. It will be super obvious when you arrive. You will feel so free to explore the qualities of infinite light, love, and timelessness anytime you want. You are a cosmic explorer of this life and can infuse any ordinary moment with a sense of joy, curiosity, or reverence. It's time to do only that which opens your heart, fuels your connection with your soul. You are going to ignite that real spiritual connection inside you this week. Enjoy this 100% all-natural being who is overflowing with divine human nature. This is our journey. This is our direction. Deny the reality of things. Reality. And you miss their reality. Assert the emptiness of things. And you miss their reality. The more you talk and think about it, the further you wander from the truth. So cease attachment, talking and thinking. There is nothing you will not be able to know. To return to the root is to find the essence. But to pursue appearances or enlightenment is to miss the source. To awaken, even for a moment, is to go beyond appearance and emptiness. When we can accept that kind of love, the highest, which is the deep, eternal love, we can give that love. We can give love to all that we perceive, all the time. I am loving awareness. You can be aware of your eyes seeing, your ears hearing, your skin feeling, and your mind producing thoughts. Thought after thought after thought. Thoughts are terribly seductive, but you don't have to identify with them. You identify not with the thoughts, but with the awareness of the thoughts. To bring loving awareness to everything you turn your awareness to is to be loved. This moment is love. I am loving awareness. When you put out love, then you immerse yourself in the sea of love. You don't put out love in order to get back love. It's not a transaction. You become a beacon of love for those around you. That's what many, such as Maharaji, is. Then from the moment you wake until the moment you go to sleep, and maybe in dreams too, you're in a loving environment. Using I am loving awareness to become aware of your thoughts, forms, and to practice not identifying with them, then you can identify with your soul, not your fears and anxiety. Once you identify with your spiritual being, you can help. You can't help but be love. It's simple. Start with the fact that you are aware. And then love everything. But that's all in the mind. That's a thought. And loving awareness is not a thought. Or, if it's a thought, it's pointing to a place that's not a thought. It's pointing at a state of being. The way the concept of emptiness is pouring and pointing at emptiness, which is really fullness. Souls love. That's what souls do. Egos don't, but souls do. Become a soul. Look around, and you'll be amazed. All the beings around you are souls. Be one. See one. When many people have this heart connection, then we will know that we are all one. We human beings are all over this planet. We will be one love. And don't leave out the animals and trees, clouds, galaxies. It's all one. It's one energy. It comes through in individual ways, but it's one energy. You can call it energy, or you can call it love, or some like to look at a tree and see that it's love. Don't you? So what is our life? What's our human life, right? It's a series of experiences. When we have little awareness of our predicament, experiences feed our attachments and condition our desire for more experiences. Our perspective changes when we begin to sense, even momentarily, the unity of all things and our identity with the self. We start to see each experience as a teaching to be brought into awareness and loved until we are free from being captivated by the experience. As we begin to awaken, experiences lead to reflection and contemplation. Then, as we become more aware, experiences become a fire of purification, a burning ground of the ego, grist for the mill of developing consciousness, food enabling the emerging soul to break free of its bonds. What is the nature of the mind stuff that keeps us in our egos? Ego attachments may be habits of thoughts, the residue of experiences, desires we've developed and reinforced, or that have been implanted, even unconscious urges and tendencies. Attachments conspire to create this stuck-together bundle of changing thought forms and feelings we label a self, our ego. This sanguine idea of self is just that, an idea, a description of how we're doing at the moment, self-inflated or disappointed, a conglomeration of thoughts, feelings, concepts that changes all the time. One morning, you wake up thinking about enlightenment. The next morning, you wake up thinking about world politics and environmental disasters. The next day, you're anxious about getting this book done or that book done. These temporal experiences that form our ego are like flickering images of a passing show. Each one seems real at the time, but they keep changing. One of the first steps in getting free of the attachment to this ego idea is to develop a witness. We have thousands and thousands of me's, but there is one me that is separate and watches all the other me's. It's on a different level of consciousness. It's not just another role. It's part of the heart-mind. This witness is your leverage in the game. The witness, me, isn't trying to change any of the other me's. Not an elevator, it's not an evaluator or a judge. It's not the superego. It doesn't care about anything. It just observes. There she or he is doing that again. That witness place inside you is your centering device, your rudder. The witness is part of your soul. It's witnessing your incarnation, this lifetime, from the heart-mind. It's the beginning of discrimination between your soul and your ego, your real self, and yourself in the incarnation. Once you begin to live in this witness place, you begin to shift your identification from the roles and thought forms. As you witness yourself, the process becomes more like watching a movie than being the central character in one. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose. An easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still. For today, explore the perfection of duality. Notice there is both darkness and light within every person, thing, place, and experience. Get out a pen and paper and write down all of your biggest judgments and negative beliefs you have about other people. Then write down the opposites, positive aspect of each belief. Notice what happens. See the divine balance within each negativity in your life. Explore and feel this divine balance within yourself today. What would your life be like if you only saw a divinely balanced, perfect state in everyone and everything? Remember, this universe is completely balanced, perfect, and divine. The negative judgments created from the mind make our world appear to be anything but that. Acknowledge the perfect balance that exists in this life. Recognize this each time you judge yourself or someone else today. Take this with you for the rest of the day and to the evening and night, following morning. We will return here Sunday, April 21, 2024, around 3:15 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest. Eternal gratitude at all times. And do yourself a big favor. Slow down.